like what made you finally settle down in Sacramento uh for for good?
Look like right now I'm in Georgia. Like I just don't go backwards. I left the Bay and went to Sac. I left Sac and went to Georgia. Like
Trackaholic on the beat.
That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the attic. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second batch. Following my
Yeah. All that. Hey, man, this is a special episode for me. All right. Hey, I want to welcome y'all to No Backpedal, the podcast where truth is the only direction. Today, I'm proud uh because I'm joined by my good friend, right? My brother. You know what I'm saying? I watched him evolve from the streets of Vallejo and
yee.
Sacramento uh to a full businessman and family man. Please welcome my brother, my dog, my Wody, N.O.
Good looking, BA. Good looking, man. Hey, I'm happy to be
Yeah.
here, bro. It's crazy because y'all see these podcasts now, like they popping up everywhere. But do you know we was the first ones to do this shit? You could look at my trademark for Street Politics Radio, in which I don't know when I created that email, but I'm probably gonna show y'all the origin. And he was my first guest. He was my first guest on the show. So it's crazy how this shit come back around full circle. And that was years ago. I should have just kept at it, man. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. And man, we here now. And this is amazing. Technology is amazing. AI is amazing. And man, I want to dive into all of that and like your thoughts on which direction that the country is going and that the world is going. And then yeah, man, we just gonna go from there. But so I just want to talk about your background first, where you from, um, you know, you know, where you moved to, and then where you reside now. So if you
Okay.
could give like a little introduction of yourself and just let the people know, what I'm saying, who Mr. Market is.
Yeah, man. Mr. Market, man, it's crazy because I always talk about like where I'm going. I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm from and all that, but it's easier for me to explain where I'm going because I done been to so many places, and all those places made me who I am today. But back in the day when we was growing up, being from the Bay Area, like you had to be specifically from a place and know people from that place. But my mom moved so much, it was hard telling people exactly where I'm from. So I can't tell you where I've been. I was born in Oakland. I was born in the town at the Kaiser off MacArthur, and I think it's Broadway or something like that. But all my family lived in Richmond. So we went from Oakland to Easter Hill in Richmond to Vallejo, back and forth from Vallejo to Fairfield, went to Vallejo Middle School, went to Army High, and then my mom kicked me out and I left there and went to Sacramento, California to Natomas. And that's where I used my game that I learned from the Bay to navigate the streets of Sacramento. And that's when I really started getting to it and, learning about the, streets and how to make money and survival and all that shit. Cause I was pretty much old enough to wiggle. My mom didn't let me wiggle in the Bay, even though I was young and I was outside because I would sneak out or, I would go places I wasn't supposed to go and kick it with people I wasn't supposed to kick it with. My mom was hella strict. So I didn't have as much freedom out there as I did in Sac. So I was kind of like two different people. Like I was, I was a different person in the Bay. Plus, I was a lot younger than I was when I came to SAC. I kind of felt like I got more confidence when I started making money and started really being in the streets in Sacramento. But what was that? What else you say?
Okay. So you being born in the Bay, Vallejo, Richmond, to be exact. Like, what was it like growing up there? Going to those schools, or those people that you encountered out there.
I always say it was night and day from when I came from out there to being in SAC, because I moved to Natomas, and when I moved to Natomas, it was a suburb. So like it was way cleaner than where I was from. All the places like Fairfield, North Texas, that's like the trap. We stayed in a hotel. It was a hotel, but they converted it into apartments. You know how it is in the Bay, all the hotels that be converted into apartments. That's how it was. So it was still a hood, even though Fairfield was like the best by far out of all the places, Vallejo, Richmond, or Oakland. But it was different. The people were like more aggressive in the Bay Area. And when I came to Sacramento, I linked up with a cousin of mine named D, and he was cool with everybody. I never seen somebody shake those many hands at school. And it was just like, what? Like, we didn't do that in the Bay. The Bay was segregated like streets, and everybody had their own clique.
Yeah.
And it was just different. The people it was cool. Like, it was, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I had to be that aggressive. I don't know. It was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sac got
Yeah.
his spots that's crazy, like the Bay. Like, they got their areas that's like the Bay Area as far as the mentality of the people. But I was in the suburbs for a second, and then it got turned out by the other. The streets is a ghetto, and it's like a disease, and it spreads. And that's how the Bay was at one point. It was nicer in certain areas, and it spread it all over. Like the mentality of poverty just spread it. And that's another reason why we kept moving. My mom just tried to get away from it. She just kept trying to get away from it. But everywhere we went, it was a hood. So it's like you really couldn't get away from it. So I was kicked out the house, went to Sacramento, and I was eating good, man. I had, I wasn't going to Payless no more. And it was wonderful for me. I loved it. Like, it was cool.
Right. So, when you moved to like Fairfield from Vallejo, how did that transition shape you?
When I moved to Fairfield from Vallejo, nothing changed, bro, to be honest. Like, it was kind of like, it was really fucked up for me because I had to make new friends. And mind you, we had lived in Sassoon, which is right by Fairfield, for a little bit of time, a long time ago. So I kind of knew a few people, but then I had to make new friends in the area I was in. And it was a worse area than we lived in before. When I tell you my mom moved so much, you can ask my little brother, like, we hated it. Like, you would think we was in the military. We moved so much, and I had to keep, people was pressing, where you from? And every time it was a different place, because I was just telling people where I came from last. Like, when I went to SAC, I came from Vallejo last. So I told them Vallejo, which was where I came from. Right. But before that, I could have said, and I don't want to go all into detail, oh, I'm from Richmond, and then Oakland, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to pick the last place I came from. I hated it. But as far as how it changed me, it at that time it didn't. But now that I'm older, I feel like I'm diverse, and I could kind of go anywhere. I could go to a suburb and chop it up with the people that live in the suburbs and from the suburbs and the hoods, because I done been to every one, and I noticed that all the hoods are the same.
Right.
All the hoods are the same, even in different states. They all got the same mentality. So it kind of helped me in a way now to just be diverse, and I could talk to everybody. It's kind of like a universal language, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the hoods, it's the same. It's just different terminology, different words they use in different areas.
Yeah. So you mentioned visiting family in Sacramento as a kid. Like, how did those people shape your life? How did they play a part in your early life?
Man, I loved coming to Sacramento, man. I used to kick it with my nigga DA and D and Omar. Those were like my core people. Cause like I said, they had friends outside of us, you know what I mean? Because they were raised in an area where you just could be cool with everybody. But me, I always stuck with my core because that's just how that's how I grew up. I never really went to the other side to kick it with the people on the other side. I always had my core. That's why I'm so tight with them to this day. We don't even got to talk, but I'm still tight with them because that's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But damn, wait, what was the last thing you said?
Just like, how did they play a
Oh,
part in
how to
your
say it.
life? Yeah.
Yeah. So me coming to Sacramento from the Bay, I was able to do a lot more. Like I said, my mom didn't let me do much because she knew what was out there. And you know, I don't blame her for that. It was a bad area to be out playing as a kid. But when I came to Sacramento, I was going to D, had house parties. My cousin D had house parties, and Dange had all the girls. So it was like it was a new world. I loved it. Like I was outside meeting different people. I didn't have to just kick it with them. I met friends through them. Like a lot of the extended family members I got was through them because they knew everybody. So I loved coming out there. I had fun. I was able to go outside. Like I was able to do things in Sacramento that I wasn't able to do in the Bay because my mom, you know, being that she was so strict, I loved it.
Yeah. So, like, what made you finally settle down in Sacramento uh for for good?
Look like right now I'm in Georgia. Like I just don't go backwards. I left the Bay and went to Sac. I left Sac and went to Georgia. Like I'm just looking forward. I didn't have no reason to go back. I loved the Bay, but I had so many bad memories in the Bay. And I love my mom, but it wasn't a good, like I didn't have like a lot of enjoyable moments in the Bay like I did in Sac. Like my grandma did a great job showing me love, and that's where I wanted to be. I just didn't want to go back to the Bay.
Yeah. What do you call your grandmother?
Big Mama, you know, she's
Yeah,
Big Mama. Everybody call her
sure.
Big Mama.
Everybody call her Big Mama. Sure. Yeah.
She's 97. She's still here. Like,
Man, and I love her. I love her. I can,
swear.
just a side story. When we was younger, we used to, Big Mama would make these big plates for us, and um, if you didn't uh eat all your food, like now, like, bro, my wife asks me like, why do you eat everything on the plate? It's
Big Mama,
and like, this shaped my life, bro. Like,
I
because
swear.
like, when if you was at Big Mama house and you didn't eat everything up on that plate, and she made you a hefty plate,
She would
right?
get upset.
Yes, yes. So then, you know, N.O. and D would like try to get you in trouble, by saying, see, they ain't see, he
He
ain't
didn't
eating
like
all
it.
his food because he messing with them girls,
Yeah.
you know. So
And
uh
she would listen to us. She'll be now, dang, you gotta leave them girls alone. And Dang would be like, nah, I just ate earlier. Like they had nothing to do with girls.
and, and and I love her because she always embraced me, because N.O. and D are like cousins, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was like the like, family friend, and but like, they made me feel like family. Another thing that I remember, Big Mama knew who my dad was just by looking at me. Like, because my dad traveled, he was in a gospel group, and he traveled, back and forth from the Bay to Sac, all over America, honestly. But she said that you Josh son, before before she even knew, like, um yeah, man. So she
Crazy.
plays a major part in my life, and the person that I am today is because of the people that were around me, and the people that like shaped me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but anyway, so all right, so let's talk about Sack in the early years. All right, like, what made you get into the street life?
I can't pinpoint the moment, but all I can say, it was outside influences, and I was impressionable. Like everything I seen everybody do, I wanted to do. Like even in the Bay, I was doing a little something in the Bay, like nickel and diamond. And even in the beginning years in Sac, I was nickel and diamond, and I was just doing it because that's how I seen everybody get money. I just did what other people did. Like a I was a good follower. To be honest, when I was young, I was a really good follower. I could mimic the best of the best.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's how I'm at where I'm at now because I followed the right people, like later on. But back then I was following the wrong people. But I got started by just following somebody else, watching them do what they do, driving in nice cars, and I wanted to drive in nice cars.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I didn't know
Okay.
no doctors or nothing. I didn't know nobody who sold stocks. I knew hustlers.
Right. Right.
This is No Backpedal, where we keep it real and keep it moving. Like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next part. Peace.
Trackaholic on the beat.
That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the addy. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second batch.